personality coming back. The kind of makeup that I feel really works. Vintage Mugler. Floored. Red recommendations. ACOTAR. New Moon, White Witch vibes. You got me. You got me. There she is. What could it be? What could it be? Don't worry, we're not done yet. The best is yet to be revealed. Oh no! So as you can see, I got this gorgeous Danish mid-century teak little dinky vanity table. I finally have somewhere to do my makeup. There's a really deep pocket down here for all your bits and kind of a more shallow shelf. Oh, it even looks so cute in the mirror. So pleased with it. Finding this size, like a one-person desk with the flip mirror, was so difficult. This is only the second one I've seen online that was at a fair price. I may have seen one or two others that were like priced at double. But yes, I love the concept. I don't know why all vanities don't have this functionality. I haven't had like a dedicated spot to do my makeup that wasn't the bathroom in about 9 or 10 years, since my second flat in Belfast. So I don't know, it felt like a little kindness to myself. So this is a little glimpse inside. Now that sort of my everyday makeup is in there. It may seem like very little, but I'm really trying to be on that under consumption core side of life and TikTok. Like this to me still feels like so much, but it's kind of what I can get it down to. I just have a few like face products in there. It's so dinky and perfect. I love it. I want to cry when I think about how expensive it was, but these are highly collectible. They always keep their value. Speaking of vintage gems, this just came from America. I told you before about the great relationship I have with my mail lady. But the perks of having her is I can still get stuff sent to America. I am on a Terry Mugler rampage because I got a set this time, like a vintage set from The Real Real. You best believe after I show you how I do my makeup, I'm gonna bust this out and try it on. First of all, can I just say welcome to all the new faces. I have no idea how you got here. If you would be so kind as to let me know in the comments whether it was like YouTube suggestion or if somebody mentioned me, to thank them if that's the case. Like 700 new faces here, and if you're an old school YouTuber like I am, you know that doesn't happen very often. Welcome to the family. It's very much community vibe here. Some guys watch, but truly I don't even like think of you guys watching because I make videos for myself and for the gals. We like our fashion and makeup over here, but we also, most of all, our deep chats, our mystical ways of being. I also rarely do makeup tutorials because I just don't enjoy shooting them. Kind of my go-to smoky eye. It's a little different every time, but it's very versatile and malleable for your mood, especially for the girls with dark hair and dark eyes. This is my like, I want to feel sexy and magnetic type of eye makeup. And I'm going to make this no longer than 3 or 4 minutes. Moisturizer, I'm using Dew Instant Angel. I love it. And I take a little bit of this. It's the SPF from Charlotte Tilbury, but it's really shimmery and pretty. Just kind of gives that inner glow to like anything you put on top. Sometimes I just wear it on its own when I need a bit of a pick-me-up. Okay, key if you don't want your shit to pill, you need to let it dry, babe. The reason I'm doing this makeup tutorial is because everyone went crazy for this on my like TikTok, and then on Instagram stories I got like inundated. I'm just gonna send everyone to this tutorial. This is probably the only thing you haven't seen me use before. I wear the shade 5 Beautiful Skin Foundation, again from Charlotte Tilbury, and I picked up this brush at the weekend in Galway, this Be Perfect. I know I'm like a light coverage gal, but this is, like I said, my kind of more fuller coverage look, but it's really light. I'm enjoying it. It works really well for my skin tone. It stays. For me, it gives like the right amount of flawless. Like I still want to see my skin. I'm going to do a little bit of this concealer. You're going to need 2 or 3 things. You can make it work with 2. A dark brown liner, some kind of chocolatey brown eyeshadow. You don't need these exact products. Everyone can dig out a brown from their goddamn Urban Decay palette, and a black pencil or some kind of black liner just to finish it off. Could do this with a black pencil also, but you just need something that's creamy and that will blend. This one dries like relatively fast, but there's enough time to work with it a little bit, and I just bring it out to kind of this natural little area here. But just go straight in and start kind of buffing it out with one of these kind of little pencil brushes. This shade is New York from NARS, and it is, to be fair, such a beautiful shade. This more reddy, mauvey undertone. It is beautiful if you've got brown eyes. Just use something matte over everything you just did. Super easy. Kind of take like a bit of a grungy approach to it. Kind of follow this natural shadow, you know, when you look down. Add an extra brush to blend out the edges, but just keep blending it out. Kind of just do a wash first and then like build it up on the lid. I always use these little mirrors too, just to kind of check. Usually I don't need to go back in and sort of redraw this line, but I am just gonna lightly 99% grown out my lash lift. To show you, this is where we're at with that. Old black pencil. Just gonna try and warm it up on my hand. Golden retriever boyfriend. Do the same thing and just define really close to the lashes. Middle, I just keep it like really thin. Back in with that little eyeshadow brush, and I just like to kind of soften out that outer one, and sometimes I like to go under here a little bit with that eyeshadow brush. People think whatever black eyeliner I'm using must be the most waterproof one, must be the one that doesn't go anywhere. Trust me, eyeliner also moves. If anyone's got any recommendations for one that doesn't budge, I know sometimes if you layer like a pencil and a cream liner on top, it will stay longer. Part of this is just the bathroom reapplication at some point. We're doing upper tight line right into the inner corners and on the inside too. It just makes the whole thing smoky and delicious. Kind of where we're at. Funnily enough, like I've really dry skin but oily lids, but one thing that I love to do lately to make this stay all night, like on the lid at least, is bake the eyeshadow portion. Then you just wipe it off, doesn't disturb the eyeshadow. If anything, it just helps blend in any last bits that weren't blended in before. 2 eyes done. Now for my bajillion-year-old mascara. I do like to focus on like the inner corner lashes. You could just be really chic and wear none. Or you could do the inner waterline. Instead of black, you could do it with the brown pencil. Bronzer. This is the Merit one in Sen. I like this brush. My eyes are getting a little watery-eyed. Listen to a lot of Depeche Mode now. My thoughts are just in Depeche Mode. A bit of Kevin Aucoin contour, also a product I've had for years and years. It just never runs out. I think I used Merit Fox. Filmed it last time, but it's kind of a sunburnt kind of color. I don't know if they still have it. We're going to do a quick brow. Got to be brow gel. I like to leave the front ones fluffed up and feral. This lip liner down to my little Nubbanine. It's Wherever Walnut from Makeup Forever, and it's kind of just my go-to. If I'm gonna wear lip liner, you best believe I'm gonna overline. I like to overline my Cupid's bow just to make the top lip pouty. Okay. My hair, I haven't been doing anything to my hair except for just, you know, sleeping on a silk pillow. Great haircut, shout out Lily and Shara at Bumble and Bumble in New York. About like 2 months later, I basically just went for the classic Jen Aniston from Friends when she had the sort of face framing layers. You know what, I'm glad I've let the curtain bang era go. I've admitted it wasn't my best look. I was just kind of balancing my face. Yes, this is the eye makeup all done. Sorry, I'm looking at myself because it just feels unnatural to look at this camera, but yeah, that's kind of my current go-to kind of makeup that I feel really works for me. I have quite obviously like heavy brow, dark hair. Sometimes like a full eye can feel just a bit too much. This really works, and I think it works for a lot of people. I'm starting to feel re-inspired again now that it's kind of autumn winter season. Me and fashion in summer, it's just, it feels like a fruitless effort. It starts to get cold again. I feel my personality coming back. I don't think I want to untuck this t-shirt any more than this for fear that I will lose the vibe I'm going for. I just love the look of Havaianas with jeans, you know, that kind of baggy, cool girl, effortless look. So these are like my baggy jeans from week. Trying my best to shop my own closet. I try really hard to restyle things that I already have because I know that there is stuff there, but I'm starting to get that like seasonal urge to shop. This bag, just like a slouchy brown number from Arquette, or this random red one that everyone seems to love, but I can't tell you for the life of me where it's from. It was like a 2-click order. Has absolutely no name tags. The receipt is attached to my university email, which recently I lost access to. They finally cut me off with the uni email. An ancient belt. I got this belt years ago. I might have got it actually while I was still in uni. I'm an honorary Belfast girl, don't forget. What I'm really happy about is that I have kept lots of my good accessories like this, and I'm finally old enough to see trends go through. I'm like, you know what, that's good quality. I'm gonna keep that, and one day it's gonna come back. So I'm using this in lieu of those kind of studded belts. I really rarely come on here in full glam, but damn, it feels good. Okay, so the first thing my boyfriend said to me as I came up the stairs was, howdy partner. So that's the start we're off to. Filmed my outfit for Instagram because your girl's got to be productive. 2 birds, 1 stone, you know, but I'm gonna try and carefully open the Terry Mugler. Again, reduced to a fraction of the price it was originally listed at on The Real Real. God bless The Real Real. Can't put it into words what it feels like rescuing these pieces. It's just something about the Mugler blazer that I bought and this. It just feels like they're part of my future me storyline. I can't describe it. I know people say like dress for the part. I do feel like there's a core of truth to it. Collapsing a timeline as we speak on the vlog because future me dresses in 90s vintage Mugler. And now those pieces are in my hands. What does that mean? I'm becoming that bitch. Libra and the other cardinal signs like Aries, Cancer, Libra and Capricorn. One of those placements has been in a very tough karmic cycle for the past 15 years, and now some of the other signs are going to be sort of, I guess, in their astrological flop era. Good luck is all I can say. I think coming out of this transit gives me kind of hope. It'd be like the optimal environment for like more of me to come through and more of the person that I'm becoming, that I feel it's never been stronger. Figuring out my place and my identity, honestly, since I've come out of the womb, truly been a lifelong journey. Wow, it's so much nicer fabric than they actually photographed. This is the fabric. It honestly looks brand new. This is the skirt. Vintage tags. I actually don't think you're ready for this reveal because I am floored. It was a size up, so I had the nerve thinking that this was going to be too big for me. Somebody out there must have collected these items and by some means drop them off to The Real Real. It's a very similar silhouette to the other one I bought, and it's pretty much like the same, even though the size is one size different, it fits the same. Are you not dead? Like, are you not actually deceased? It's gonna fit, but it literally fits me like a glove, zips all the way up. These beautiful buttons is that they're all pop buttons. Looks at the same time, and there isn't a mark on it. It's like it was never worn. Like, who was this person? Amazing! But I was thinking of getting it taken up, and buttons are really cool, aren't they? But like, look at my hips. I feel like a summer version of Scully. Blair catwalk, I'll try. A man will never know what it's like to have a piece of clothing fit them, feel the way that this feels on my body. Maybe like bring it into the modern times and maybe like shorter. Wow, I'm on a high after that. I'm honestly in such a good mood. I've been so chatty, but about really just like homey everyday stuff this week, so I hope you enjoy. I mean, if you want to go and talk about more like deeper esoteria and inner growth, maybe check out some of my other vlogs. If you're new, I would recommend you go back in my videos to maybe a few videos before I left New York. I think that would be like a really fun like binge journey to go on. But yeah, this is one of those just kind of chill, lighter hearted vlogs. Before we slide right on into the rest of the vlog, shout out to our partner Squarespace who bring you the vlogs. If you're new or you've been here a while, this is your reminder that if you've been looking for a website or your slice of the internet, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform where you can create one. I was playing on Squarespace this week because I'm actually in the midst of making a new website. Of course, they have the regular templates, which I love. They're a great jumping off point for the different types of website categories. I have been playing around with their AI website builder. I always find it pretty easy, but you can literally now make a website in a few clicks. It's crazy. And you can integrate features like subscriptions, exclusive content, members only content, designed for people to do it all by themselves at home, but they do have a 24/7 support team if you need any help with anything. But I love them because they offer a 2-week free trial to anyone watching. It's in the top line of the description, or you can just type in squarespace.com/Tarmar for your 2-week free trial and use the code TARMAR for 10% off all future billing. I've done this in so long, but I love picking out some pretty stems and just putting them all together. No greenery, please. For any Titanic fans, there's like a small little Titanic museum in there with like a little exhibition. This town was the last stop on the Titanic voyage. It stopped at like 3 or 4 towns like in England, and then here in Cove was the very, very last stop. So 123 passengers boarded the remnants of this dock here and got onto the little boat, took you out behind that island over there onto the actual Titanic before it sank. Only 44 out of 123, I think, survived. Most majestic of the crop. Sweet peas have finally started blooming. Little fingers almost just grip onto everything and curl it around, and it honestly looks like a fairy flower. Nurturing these from seed has felt so lovely. So it's October and I love that these all ended up being very pink. I do feel like Libra is the ultimate pink color. What is it about these like fuzzies that make you look so unhinged? But when you just take a little bit of gel or whatever and you like snatch it up, new bitch, you know? Just went to get my bloods done because it was only €40 at my local GP. It was very quick, very painless, and it's very comprehensive. And make sure if you want the hormones measured, like ask her to add that on. I can't promise you that I will rock your world, but I can tell you good bread recommendation. Signature sourdough loaves, like the loose loaves that come like this from Tesco. I will say Brooklyn and New York, surprisingly, lots of bakeries, lots of fresh bread to be had. Yes, this beauty will do for now. If you're looking for that perfect chewy sourdough, what am I here to do if to not share great bread recommendations? A thick gal myself. How do you think we maintain these curves? Ta-da! Also don't need to finish the whole loaf at once. Sourdough is so forgiving in the freezer and it honestly defrosts like fresh. Welcome to the lunch that I've been having almost every day this week. But one Libra trait I have is I want like a little bit of everything. I want the sweet, the savory. Very much been on boiled egg rotation since Christine was here. I don't know what it is about this jam, but there's just something so comforting about it. It could be owned by Big Jam for all I know, but it feels safe to consume, you know? My more savory slice is a little bit of butter, Kewpie mayo, red pesto. But I really, really like this one, the Happy Pear one. I'll give it to the boys. Pretty good. Gotta hit it with the sea salt. My personal favorite finisher, a little tiny bit of organic honey. I know the honey on the eggs might seem weird, but I don't know, I feel like my body has just been loving squeezing a little bit of honey on a lot of my protein. I found out this after, which goes to show sometimes your body just asks for things and you should just listen and not be judgmental. Of antioxidants, she's full of vitamins and minerals. She helps digest your protein better, and apparently it helps not spike your glycemic index. Anyway, I don't care, I just think it tastes good. Fantasy book, big reflective yin feminine on my period energy. I'm gonna listen to lots of YAP that is going to expand mind, body and spirit. A queue of interesting people with interesting points of view queued up on my YouTube. Just kind of honor my body today. It's like one day before the new moon, so I'll consider myself being on like a new moon white witch vibes. I was like a red witch or like a full moon period the last two. I think the body is amazing how it's kind of synced up to to those cycles, because new moons obviously great for manifesting and starting to kind of get things going again. It feels like a new energy coming in, whereas like full moon, it's a bit more reflective. It's not so much like a forward moving energy, let's say. Pensive, it's moody, but kind of feels right for the energy that I want to be in. Things are starting to move with some, you know, things behind the scenes. Try and absorb as much of that energy. The last while for me has not been manifesting energy so much. Okay, I'm gonna go eat my eggs now. Cheers. Only child IKEA things. Are you helping? You'll be a very gentle boy today, aren't you? He's being so unusually good. Like, he's being a dog instead of a human and a dog today. We're modern now. To be fair, IKEA came through with this one. It's very Scandi. Nice upgrade from the pine furniture that I'm slowly trying to filter out of the house. And I was not expecting the quality to be this nice. Like, it actually feels like wood. Like, it's very hard to tell with IKEA, the website. I thought it was going to be very like this plasticky kind of veneer, but it is actually this lovely like birch wood veneer, solid wood, like the whole everything. It doesn't feel fake at all. The veneer is really beautiful and the price was really good. This is the Lesabo table and chairs. The only thing that like gives it away that's IKEA is all of these exposed nuts and bolts, but I've ordered wood cover stickers. Everything was solid, really easy to put together. I think I put everything together in like an hour and a half. Update on the tile job, I patched in all of those funny pieces, so it looks very finished now. And I also sealed it up real nice. Paint wash this. I think, yeah, like a light color, but success. Hello. The girl is trying to go coffee free, a little more caffeine free than anything. Not forever, just for a period of time. I feel like my body was asking for it all of September and I didn't really commit to it. In October, we've gotten off to a good start. This is not a hating coffee or a coffee is bad for you type of thing, but I'm very in tune with my body. I'm very in tune with myself and like my intuition. I do feel like sometimes when you get an inkling to change something up, especially with your diet, it's to allow kind of like an energetic frequency to come through. I always find there's like something to be discovered on the other end of it. Just have a break from all of it. Very much intuition based, and I just have to kind of listen to the breadcrumbs, listen to the cues, even if I don't really have a reason to. You live a very intuitive life. There's always these little breadcrumbs that you have to follow. I've gotten through the withdrawal stage where you're just irritable, heavily migraine-y and sleepy. I'm a well-known hater of decaf. Like, I'll get one every once in a while, but they're always just like, you know, it's decaf and it doesn't have the flavor and richness, I feel, of like a regular coffee. Pulled this out of the back of the press that my boyfriend got on an Aldi trip months ago. Obviously it's a rip-off of the Nescafe. Flavor profile wise is bang on. And yes, does it have mold in it? Probably. Most coffee have mold in it? Probably. So I'm picking the lesser of two evils. The part of, I guess, an addiction, because that's what it is, of looking to fill that sort of part of your day with the physical action of making, the ritualistic element of it. The same way I do all of my lazy iced coffee recipes. It's 2 kind of generous teaspoons of the instant coffee, teaspoon of honey. Yeah, I just make a little shot like that. And this milk, it has to be this almond milk. This is the unroasted almond milk. It works really well in this little quick recipe. Of course, the ice. It's got the foamy top, the flavor is all there. Yeah, for anyone on the kind of bandwagon, decaffeination, you're welcome. So, a photo of the back of the label from that carrot salad, and I've just basically copied and pasted it into ChatGPT. I've asked it to give me like a vinaigrette recipe, and I do have all of the ingredients. 6 tablespoons of olive oil. I don't have a proper measuring spoon yet. 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar. There's 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm just gonna eyeball this. 1, 2, 3. 3. Cheating a little bit, but it said it was okay. Apparently there's ginger and garlic in there, but I'm gonna cheat with this puree that I have. I'm sure it will be fine. I'm going to be using MSG. Why not make it just fecking delicious? You know, fear of MSG was actually some bizarre propaganda tactic that they used back in the day. It was kind of racist, and it's actually just a different form of really good salt. So yes, very happy about the uncancellation of MSG. Pepper, okay, I don't have that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. 1 teaspoon of honey. But I'm gonna take out the metal spoon and eyeball it. No messing around, I'm just gonna get straight into it. Whack these bad boys in. Oh, I forgot the red onion. Red onion also needs to go in here. Not to cut my finger off. Oh, I'm tempted to just pickle all of this. Have it. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit before I taste it, but I'm feeling positive. Exact replica, exact replica, exact replica. Also, you know where all my pepper went. This is the lemon pepper. 2 lovely pieces of salmon, so you can see where dinner is going. This is dinner. This is how I fit a shit ton of veggies in. I got the side salad I just made, the salmon, the rice, a green leafy salad with some microgreen broccoli sprouts on top, because I just throw those on everything. They're full of nutrients. Some honey mustard dressing on top, kind of random. Cucumbers. Also put a little bit of this soy sauce on top. If you know, you know. Okay, TikTok, you got me with this one. You got me with the fantasy background on a TV or a projector and reading a fantasy novel at the same time. You got me. You got me. The nerd in me is at peace. You bet your ass that's the bathtub in Valaris. I actually don't like Sarah J Maas as a person, but unfortunately I got hooked into the series. As much as I love my brain buzzy books, truly enjoying is the just for funsies sake, they're silly little fantasy books. Kind of reminds me of like how much Harry Potter was just so comforting and a bit of escapism through like tough times. I feel the kind of same with ACOTAR and some of her other series, which I'm reading now. Something to look forward to on the days where there just wasn't. Kind of gotten used to her style of just like basic ass writing. I'll give her this, like I love her world building and I love the plots, even the ones that just like go nowhere. I finished ACOTAR a while back. I think the last book, or like the last 2 books, like Nesta's storyline was actually was honestly maybe my favorite. I read 1 book from Crescent City. It took me 400 pages to get into it, but if there's one thing about me is I'm going to see a book through to the end even if I hate it. I actually enjoyed it coming towards like the middle and the end. It took me so long to get into it. I definitely prefer the more like medieval setting ones. I started the Throne of Glass series a good while ago now. This time I was smart. I bought the bundle. I saw that there was 8 books. I was just like, and I like that it isn't necessarily smutty. I'm kind of honestly here for the plot. The smut is fun, but it's honestly kind of dysregulating. It's like too much sometimes. 47 hours left in the series, which I kind of love. But yeah, what page are we on? I know I'm like almost at the end of the 4th book, Heir of Fire, I think. Page 2,300 of 5,300.